Hi everyone, this is Dr. Jenine and welcome to yet another area of my world. This is another corner of my office space, and this is actually my dedicated space. It's my dedicated corner where I like to come to read, and I have my lamp behind me, I have my candles that are next to me, and it's a place where I like to pray and meditate and also do my breath work. And that's what this video is going to be about today. Actually, I'm going to talk about breath work. And you might be thinking to yourself right now, wow, I really know how to breathe already. I mean, don't I do that every day and not have to really think about it? And that's absolutely true. But there's something that I noticed in society is that because of maybe the way we've been trained, maybe the way that we behave in society, maybe we're anxious, maybe we're a little impatient, maybe our life is very stressful, or you might have anxiety or panic attacks, is that a lot of people breathe up here. We have this higher heart breathing. Now, I want you to try this with me for just a moment, if you can just do this, and then we're going to compare higher heart breathing to what I call belly breathing. When we breathe from our higher heart, we breathe up here. If you want to just take a few breaths. I mean, even if you're breathing really slowly, you'll start to notice that when you're higher heart breathing, you're not really engaging your entire body. So let's look at this scenario. When a baby is being born, when that baby comes right out of its mother, the first thing it does is it takes a great big breath and then lets it out. And usually with a huge cry, hopefully with a huge cry. It's a trauma being born, coming through the birth canal. And so it's a blessing when the baby takes its first breath and lets it out, whether it comes out just as a great big sigh or a cry. That's life. That's oxygenating the body. It's actually helping the heart regulate, and it actually brings some of that trauma of being born and coming through the birth canal and all of that pushing it kind of comes to a close and begins to relax the body. Usually the baby will cry a little bit longer, but eventually the baby will end up calming down. You know, it knows that, okay, you know, I'm in a different world now and I can slow down. Well, sometimes we forget that we can slow down too. Sometimes we forget. We think that we're in maybe the labor pains inside of our mother. Maybe life feels like there's that labor pain pressure and we're constantly feeling like things are bearing down. Maybe you're having anxiety or panic attacks, and you'll notice that when we're in this situation, we start to go through this higher heart breathing. With an anxiety attack or a panic attack, when things are very stressful, you'll notice that your heartbeat will start to speed up. It'll become irregular. Sometimes it'll feel like it flip-flops inside of your body. We get a little dizzy. Why? Because we're not oxygenating our entire body, because we're higher heart breathing. And we start to feel like we're having a heart attack. We start to feel these muscles right in here. They start to tense up because we tense up. The fight or flight response in our body starts to take over. And it doesn't really understand yet. It's not really regulated to understand that we don't really need that in the human race anymore. That was for way back when we had to constantly be on alert for attackers. Well, maybe some things in society are like that now, but on a regular basis, you know, sometimes we can just be relaxing and suddenly we find ourselves right in the middle of a panic attack or anxiety attack. Sometimes it comes from our unconscious mind. We don't know. But the main thing is we want it to stop. It's very uncomfortable to feel anxiety and stress in our body, or maybe have a panic attack. Feels like our eyes are popping out. We get very thirsty. It's because everything in our body starts to rev up. That fight or flight response is just going crazy. There's a way to calm that down and a way to make that go away, hopefully after a few moments, because you can help it go away by paying attention to the way that you breathe and also being mindful. So I'm going to talk to you about that in just a few moments, but first I want to go here. There's another thing that we do in society, especially as women, but men do this too, but we want to suck in our stomach. We've been taught sit up straight or stand up straight, shoulders back, suck in the stomach. That gives us that nice hourglass shape. You know, I think we get this from the 1600s. Remember when women, whether it's the 1600s through the 1800s, where women used to wear these corsets from way up here all the way down, and they would be tied completely tight, and they'd have to suck in everything in their stomach to give them that figure that fits inside the dress, and it pushes everything else from the diaphragm all the way up into here. And what happens is we have that higher heart breathing, and we're not completely getting our whole body engaged with oxygen in the way that we breathe. So this is very important. Let me show you what I call belly breathing, if you don't already know. I'm just going to uncross my legs here for just a moment. And if you just kind of put your hands right here, feel your belly button, find where it is, and put one hand over it. I'm going to go over my necklace here. And what we want to feel when we breathe is when you take a deep breath in, you're going to want your belly to expand out. And then when you take a deep breath out, or slowly breathe out, or even just quickly breathe out, we want our belly to suck back in. So if you want to do the type of breathing that helps you during anxiety, you want to do the belly breathing, and it helps you in two different ways. One is you start to breathe efficiently in your body, and you start to slow everything down because your body is taking in all of the oxygen throughout your body, and your heart starts to regulate because your body is operating a little bit more slowly. We're taking in a deep breath, maybe hold it for 3 seconds, and then the first time blow it out really quickly and relax, and then just take the deep breath slowly in, hold, and then breathe out. So it looks like this. Put your hand on your tummy. I'll take a deep breath in, hold, first moment, everything out, relax. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you'll notice that your belly is going to come out on the in-breath and will naturally go back in on the out-breath. And you just, after that first blowout, just do it very, very slowly and gently. And just, no matter what your heart is doing, no matter what the rest of your body is feeling like, slow everything down and do the belly breathing. It does two things. It oxygenates your entire body. It helps regulate your heart, those things. But it also keeps you mindful. You're not thinking about what's happening in, whatever is making you anxious. Because one of the worst things about an anxiety attack or panic attack is that you become anxious and you start to think about it. And the more you think about it, the more anxious you become. And the more you breathe way up here. And it's not going to go away that way. Sometimes it makes it last longer. So if you really want to focus, do this. And don't wait until you have an anxiety attack to do this. Practice it on a regular basis. And by the time you get to that point, should you have one, you'll know exactly what to spontaneously do. Or they may help you stop having them completely, because we need to learn how to breathe down from our belly and out, not up here. So if you want to do that with me one more time, put your hand on your belly button. We're just going to close our eyes, take a deep breath in, belly out, hold, and blow out very slowly this time. And feel your tummy go back in. Do that a couple more times. Deep breath in, and hold, and blow out, and relax. And deep breath in, and hold, and out, and relax. And just remember, as you're blowing out, just remember to relax every part of your body. If there's anything that you notice mindfully that is tense, maybe your shoulders are tensed up, or your hips feel tense, or something in your legs, remember as you blow out to relax those things. Just kind of relax into the breathing. And if you practice this on a regular basis, this will become something that's natural to you. You have to almost retrain yourself to breathe correctly. You don't wait, please don't wait until you're in a difficult situation and you need to be calmed down. The other thing that this does is it brings a conscious awareness to how we feel on the inside. What I like to do is what I call the higher heart love breathing. It's not higher heart breathing, but we bring love into the higher heart area and we're belly breathing. And how this works is you just close your eyes and think about someone or something that you just love. It could be an animal or maybe God. Whatever brings that in love feeling. And you'll know what that feeling is. Think about the last time you were in love, when you first fell in love, or maybe you first experienced God, and you just feel like way up in here, there's a blossoming. It feels like it opens right in here. And it's an energy. It's an energy, it's a love energy that just opens. It's God's love. And we feel this all in this area. So if you can close your eyes, come to a point in your thinking, in your imagining, with your vision, come to a point where you remember that moment where you first fell in love, or whatever gives you that experience. And wait until you feel that flowering. It's almost like the opening of a rose, or some people say like a lotus flower. It just feels like a blossoming. It just opens completely up. And so once you get to that point, put your hand on your heart. You can even have your hand on your heart while doing it. Also put the other hand on your belly. And keep that remaining in your body. Retain that feeling. The moment you come to that point, then start your belly breathing. Your heart is open. Breathe in, hold. Out and relax. Breathe in and hold. And out and relax. And as you do this, what I'd like you to practice doing is bring that love that you feel with your heart and imagining that love circulating through your entire body. So not only are you circulating your body with the oxygen very slowly with a lot of ease, but you're also bringing love throughout your body. And we're just extending that beautiful flower throughout our head, throughout our shoulders, down through our body, down into our feet, and back on up. And if you can envision light coming down through your head. Let it open your heart space up more. Breathe and come down through your body. So up in your higher heart, breathing and visualizing and relaxing, and you just see it all start to flow through your body. Now imagine if you were actually having a panic attack or some type of anxiety, how much this would calm you down and help you to remain mindful, so that your mind isn't focusing on what's going on with your body because of anxiety, or your mind isn't focusing on what's going on in your life. If you have a lack of peace and you need peace in your life, Or maybe you're feeling something against someone. Maybe someone has offended you and you just really need to feel some love. You can start to imagine that in-love feeling, and then as you imagine that in-love feeling, transfer that in-love feeling over to that person. Visualize that person and have them bathed with love, God's love, and God's light. It's Christ's light. And as you breathe, we just use that in our visualization. Allow that to also encompass your entire body. Just take over your body. And I guarantee you, by the time you're done with this exercise, you're not feeling that sense of hatred, or maybe it's concern, or maybe just a lack of forgiveness. It can be anything. But allow yourself to do that, because we don't want to harbor those things inside, because those things will also make us higher heart breathe. And we're not completely allowing our body to be at ease. And we want to be at ease, because once again, the lack of ease is disease, or dis-ease and disease. We don't want to bring disease to our body. We don't want to harm our heart. We don't want to harm our stomach. We don't want to bring ulcers into our lives because we're under so much stress. This is what I recommend. Start doing this and practice the higher heart love breathing, or just the belly breathing, just by itself first, and then the love breathing, drawing on God's light. Practice those things in the morning, and then practice them at night if you can do that before you go to sleep. It also helps relax your body for sleeping if you're having trouble sleeping. Help clear your mind. Visualize beautiful things, a sunset or a beautiful sunrise, or maybe just God's face, however you picture God to be, a Christ light, maybe somebody that you love. Just bring that loved one in with God's love, because God's love is inside of you. As you breathe, know that you're taking in the breath of God into your body. And now my cat's knocking on the door, so you probably hear some banging going on. Thankfully, I'm almost done with this video. If you have any questions about belly breathing, or how to oxygenate your body, how to meditate, or maybe bring in that higher heart feeling, if you need some guidance with that, you can come back to this video. Or you can call me at any time at 832-484-8306. I'm going to attend to my cat. Maybe you can do some practice, and I'll talk to you real soon. It has been such an awesome pleasure to have you with me. I just pray with all of my heart that you are filled with the love of God today. The Christ light is absolutely bathing you from the inside out, and that you're breathing effectively from now on. Remember, let your stomach out, let it hang out. It's okay to be at ease. I love you from here. God bless you. Bye-bye.